Hello, Mikel.
Hello.
For the final time this season, can you give us the early team news for the weekend?
Not many more. We had some issues this week. Well, to be fair, in the last few weeks, as you noticed, some players were unable to play and participate in the games. With Reece, we have a little issue as well with Bukayo. It's been for a few weeks going on with Leo. The rest, I think, they're going to be fine. Alex is still out. Obviously, Willie is still out. Tomiyasu is still out. And Neni is still out. There are a few that they're not available. The rest is all good.
Just on William Saliba, have you got any issues or worries about pre-season for him? Is it too early to say?
It's probably too early to say. I think he's evolving the right way. The last few weeks they've been much more positive than the previous 2 months. But we wanted to protect him. It was an injury that needs some caring and attention, and we've been pretty conservative to give him the best possible chance to have a good preseason and go again in the next season.
Great news, of course, about Bukayo Saka and his new contract this week. Can we expect more of the same with Reece Nelson?
And great news for the club. I think the club has done a great job. Everybody has participated in that deal to make it happen, obviously, and he's a crucial player for us. I think represents our club in the best possible way, and hopefully there were a few more to come.
Just going into the last day now, the last day of the season, what would your parting message be for the fans and in particular to your players as well as you go into the summer?
I think now is about finishing the season in style and providing a great performance and a victory in front of our people, show our gratitude, received as well a lot of the incredible energy that they have given us throughout the season, and start to build for the next season. I think we have to wrap it up in the best possible way. It's been some journey with full of emotions and something really looking forward to that at the end we haven't managed to achieve. But I think looking at it with a bit of perspective, there is a lot of things not only on the field that had happened at the club that deserve a lot of credit for a lot of people.
When I spoke to you earlier this week, when we talked about the summer transfer window, you used the phrase that you have to nail it.
Yeah.
Is that because City standards are so high now that nobody can afford any kind of mistake?
Well, because we have to nail everything that we do, and we have to seek for excellence in everything that we touch and we participated. That's going to have a big impact at the club, and obviously I think the competition is going to be even harder this season. That, in my opinion, has been the hardest in the 22 years that I've been in this league. And in order to do that, we have a really promising plan. We may have to reflect a little bit, take a step back, make sure that this is the right one, and go again with more determination and hunger in the tummies to do even better.
Just a final one from me, Mikel. During the pandemic, when we had those press conferences, be it on Zoom or when we started coming back, one message that you constantly talked about was how you needed the synergy between the club and the fans.
Yeah.
What's happened this season? Has it gone beyond your expectation, how united everyone seems to be? I particularly refer to this anthem that you now have before every game, North London Forever.
It's very close probably to the dream that I had when I think 2 days before I sit down in the managerial position, I was in the other bench looking at that picture that I wasn't really happy with. I had a very similar picture in my head of some of the experiences that we have this year, but something important is missing, which is the cup at the end, lifting it with everybody together, and that's what we have to try to do now.
Alex?
Hi Mikel, how are you?
Hi.
Just want to ask how you compare the feeling going into the final day this season with the feeling going into the final day last season.
There are some similarities when you don't reach what you want at the end. There is something still there that it doesn't allow you to be as happy as you want to, but it is different. Obviously, I think we have made some huge steps as a football club. I think we have made huge steps as a team. The way we are competing, what we are transmitting, there is a lot of positives there, but yeah, we are Arsenal. Arsenal, you have to win. Arsenal, you have to be the best, and we haven't been able to deliver still that to the club.
If you could sum up this season in a word, what would it be?
Wow, I didn't thought about that question. In one word, probably is connection. That's how I would do it. I think the team has connected. I think the club has connected. I think the departments at the club has connected with each other in a really powerful way. I think the crowd has connected with the team, with the club, with ownership, with the rest of the world. And I think we have connected again with our DNA, who we are, our values is our way of doing things, and we have to move forward with that.
Will there be end of season celebrations for the players, or have there already been celebrations?
No celebration, obviously. First of all, from our side, show gratitude for everything that they've done, not only the players but the staff as well, the work that they have put in, all the energy or the passion, and just being together. We did a little dinner last week all together as well, to be together, and that moment in the stadium is a really nice one. We have our families, we have everybody there, and it's a good moment together to wrap the season up and look at each other and go again.
Wolves on Sunday. I know you're friends with Lopetegui, aren't you?
Mm.
How highly do you rate him as a manager?
Yeah, he's done a great job again, once more. I think he got the club in a really difficult position in the middle of the season, and straight away I think he has transformed performances and results to be safe much earlier than anybody could expect, probably. And he's done it in a really difficult environment, so big credit to him.
Just finally, maybe the most important question: who's looking after win over the summer?
We have, I think, 300 or 400 candidates here that want to take it, so that's certainly not going to be an issue. She will be looked after very well.
Thanks, Mikel. Good luck
Thank you.
on Sunday.
Mikel, you started the season so quickly and fast, and with your transfer business, I think the last deal you did was sort of mid-July. How much do you think that helped to the fast start? How much do you want to try and replicate that this summer to get to the season?
That certainly contributed to the team getting the right foundations, building the right chemistry between them, the right level of comfort and security in the new players to give them a little bit of time to adapt to a new life, a new country, a new team. And then it happened in a really natural way. We got some really good characters, great players, but really good characters as well that really glue into that team so quickly, and we generated from the beginning what we wanted, and results helped, which is crucial, and then we started to have a good momentum.
We heard from Granit last week saying that he was hoped his future was going to be resolved before this last game. Are you able to give us any sort of update on what the situation is ahead of Sunday?
No, I cannot talk, and I won't talk about any future of any players or any member of the staff. We have to wrap up the season, do what we have to do, and then we will start to plan the following season.
Just lastly, on pre-season, is there any indication if Tomiyasu's going to be back for that, or is you thinking that will be more towards once the season actually started off?
I think he will be really close. Gary is there, the doctor. Just tell me wrong if I'm wrong, but hopefully he will be around pre-season like Willie, to be in a good place. They've been working so hard, the boys. It's been a really difficult year for him as well, with some issues that he's had, and he's a tremendous person, he's a top professional, and we just want him to be available, because when he is available, he's really helpful for the team.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
I know throughout the season you've mentioned wanting to be better each day. I was just wondering, is there anything you guys have done day to day differently that's maybe helped with the progress this season?
Yeah, sure. We are reflecting on that. Obviously, there are a lot of things that have been done really well across the club, across the first team staff and around the players. But in this league, it's not enough, So as well, we have to really look and dig in really deeply. What can we do better? What the players are going to be needing, what the club is going to be needing next season. So how we can provide the best possible chance for those players to perform at the best, get the best out of them for 10.5 months in a really exciting season. And that's the thought process that we have to go again and again nail it.
I know you mentioned last week you need to get the best of the players that are already here, and that maybe didn't perform at their best or have the most opportunities this season. So how do you kind of go about creating those opportunities for those guys?
Well, first of all, be critical with ourselves, as with myself. My job is to get the best out of 24 players that we had available, and I haven't been able to do that. So there are 3 or 4, I would say, that still have huge potential. For different reasons, they haven't been able to do that. Whether it is injuries sometimes, whether it is game time, whether it is because I haven't had the opportunity or I have decided not to play them enough. And we have to look as well for those managers, because those managers are within us, is players that we already have, and our job is to make them better.
Okay, I presume, did you sit down and watch the Manchester City Chelsea game on Sunday and watch them lift the title?
Not a whole match. I watched some parts of that game, and then I watched again parts of the celebration, but I didn't sit there for 8 hours watching it.
Just wondering what sort of went through your mind when you watched them lift the title. What was the emotion you were feeling seeing them lift that trophy?
And that's what I want, and if they want it, it's for a reason. So you have to do a lot of things right, almost perfect in this league, and they have managed to do that.
Just on looking into the summer, you've spoken before about the importance of this summer and going up another level. Obviously, the progress you've made now makes it quite difficult. Like I said, it's small margins. And there's going to be lots of other top clubs competing for the same sort of players that you're competing for. What's the sort of selling point now? How do you convince those players to choose you over the other top level clubs who are going to be competing for them?
Explaining who we are, how we do things, what we want from them, how we think that they're going to fit in our culture, in our club, and then trying to do the right thing as a club, buying the right profile for the right amounts of money that's going to fit what we're going to do, and at the end, players and staff that are going to make our car faster and more reliable to have a great season.
Mikel, I don't think we've asked you about this, but the World Cup, how much of a factor do you think having the World Cup in the middle of the season was domestically in the second half of the season? Did it have an impact physically, mentally on the players?
Well, I'm sure it had, but I think we used that part of the season really good. With what happened here, we have some big issues there in terms of injuries that had a big impact in the team, that's for sure. We could not control that, but it was something that we have to adapt. I think the staff did an incredible job to plan everything the way we wanted to try to maximize it, but there are some things that are unpredictable and happen, unfortunately, and it was difficult.
Does it affect how much rest you give them now this summer?
Well, for some of them, obviously, you want to give them more rest, but as well, they have their duties. With the national team, some of them, they have personal duties that they have to respond to, and others, they are injured. We have probably more than ever in the last few years in long-term injuries that, unfortunately, those players have to keep working through the summer. And psychologically, that's something difficult as well, because the building is empty, because they've been rehabbing and with a lot of demands throughout the season, and we want them fresh, and we have to make sure that here they are fresh at the start of the preseason to go again and have that willingness to arrive here first day with new toys and go again.
How do you support them through that?
With the staff, myself being trying to be close to them, first of all understanding, how they're feeling, what they need, what they think is the best for them, they think is the best for them is actually the best for them and the best for the club as well, and try to find that balance, and the way to do it is communicating is always the best way.
And just finally for me, just on Bakayo's contract, there was a time when the club was under pressure to sell players like that. What does it say about where Arsenal are now that you've committed one of the Premier League's best players to a long-term contract and he plays football here for the next 4 years?
Well, that's part of the plan, and I think at the moment we are in a strong position to be able to do that, and we decided that he was obviously one of the marquee players that we have at the club right now, and we wanted to secure his future with us, and we've been able to do that. He's extremely happy, I think, the club it is, and good relationship to have.